Hey guys, thanks for watching. As usual, tune in until the end for my final thoughts. At 100 yards here, I absolutely blew it out of the water. At 200 yards, not as good. I'm pretty hard on myself in the video, but probably a little too hard, especially when still shooting under 2.5
Hey guys,
inches.
thanks for
So
watching.
enjoy.
It's Mark with
Thanks for
Last Stand
watching.
Outdoors. Today, I am doing my anticipated follow-up on the American Predator rifle from Ruger, and chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. If you missed my first video, go and catch it. But we're going to do a follow-up on the 140 grain match ammunition from Winchester versus my 100 grain Hornady AMAX bullets. I've been out several times. As you know, I've got this cheap CVLife scope mounted on the rifle, and I've been out predator hunting several times since then, slung across my back, bounced around in the Jeep a little bit, so we're going to see if that accuracy still holds up. Today is about 7 weeks from when I made that first initial review.
Hey everyone, sorry I cannot seem to get to the range without screwing something up or
Now I've got
forgetting
my,
something.
100
I didn't have the camera turned on when I shot my first group of 4, the 140 grain Winchester match grade ammunition. So that's not on film. It will be the target in your upper left hand corner. It turned out to be about a 3/4 inch group, and I'll show that picture later, but there it is right there. And so these will move on straight to the 100 grain AMAX bullets right here.
So maybe what I'll do is start here on my hot and work down, and then once I was thinking about that last night. You said that. Let's start here. Yeah. Because there's less chance of fouling. Exactly. Yep. That's a good idea. Should I shoot one and see where we're at? I just start making a group. Shoot one whole stringer, then move your scope. Yeah. I'd shoot it one.
Alright, so my groups were okay. They weren't phenomenal. And now we're going to just do a little bit of shooting off the bipod. One group off the bipod, see what that does to my accuracy. I've never shot off the bipod before. And we're going to use the 100.
So while I get ready to shoot here off the bipod, let me just say I'm pretty hard on myself. And on that first group with the 140 grain Winchester match grade ammunition, I just shot a 3/4 inch group again at 100 yards, which is sub MOA. And so honestly, even though I'm hard on myself here at the range, the rifle and the scope seem to be performing beautifully. And what I do right here off the bipod just blew my mind. And so hope you like this. And even at 200 yards, my results aren't too shabby when I move up to 200 yards here pretty quick.
Just a little. I might have you shoot this second stringer. Okay.
Holy crap. I think I just drilled it. Anyway, I just crushed it. I just crushed it at 100 yards off the bipod. At least for me. I probably shot, again, it's about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch group. Never shot off the bipod before, so that was kind of fun. A lot different feel than shooting off the gun rest. Anyway, so now I've moved out to 100 yards, or to 200 yards, excuse me, and I forgot my camera downrange, so there's no camera feed on the target. So, but we'll start off with the 140 grain Winchester match ammunition, and then I'll do my 100 grain AMAX hand-loaded bullets. All right, I'm coming up on my 200-yard target, and I don't, from what I can tell, I did not do well. And I'm going to attribute this to shooter error, because honestly I believe that's what it is. But we'll see what my spread is like here. Yeah, no bueno at all. I was really jerky and twitchy for some reason, shooting out to 200. Here's my AMAX group. A little bit better, but still not very good. That's kind of disappointing, folks. All right, I got my camera back down range, and super disappointed in my 200-yard shooting. My 100-yard shots tell me it's not the gun. We'll see. I took it off the gun rest. We're going to shoot straight from the bipod, which I did better with anyway. So we'll see what happens here at 200 yards. Again, with the 140 grain first, and then 100 grain AMAX hand reloaded bullets. Hand loaded, not reloaded, but hand loaded. Appears to be a little bit better. Let the barrel cool for a minute here and load the 100 grain AMAX. Pretty warm, yet my camera batteries are low downrange, so I'm not going to let this cool for too long.
Hi. You didn't like that CVLife. Not. That's weird. 32, 32. See, that's what I saw too when I got further away. 32, 32. That's within 3 feet per second of the other ones, right?
Well, we'll go check them. Alright, so let me give some final thoughts on the Ruger American Predator rifle. So this is the follow-up to the first video. This is 7 weeks later. It's been bouncing around in the truck and everything. There's essentially just a slight breeze today, which might be why I'm a little off. There was a pretty good breeze the first time. That's the 140 grain Winchester match grade ammunition. This at 100 yards. This is the follow-up with my 100 grain hand-loaded AMAX Hornadies. Now, this was shooting the match grade ammunition off the bipod at 100 yards. And that's a pretty tight group. Probably, I'll measure that at home and take a picture, but that's probably 1/2 inch. at 100 yards. Pretty darn good. I was super pleased about that. What's interesting is when I moved out to 100 yards on the gun rest, I did not have a whole lot of good, did not shoot very well. And again, I even felt flinchy. I'm not an accomplished shooter, but you can see, I mean, that's probably a 5-inch grouping at 200 yards, and that's, to me, that's unacceptable. Very unacceptable. I went off from there and did 200 yards with the 140 grain off the bipod. Improved that quite a bit. Still, too much wiggle room there for me. I guess it's still a dead coyote or a dead deer, but not really the precision I'm looking for. I just need more practice. So here was my AMAX 100 grain bullets at 200 yards off the bench rest. And then this was the AMAX bullets off the bipod at 200 yards. Not much difference there. So what I noticed though is at same distance, 200 yards, at this target I'm shooting an inch to 2.5, 3 inches low, and then this one is totally different. So I don't know, maybe you guys are smarter than me. I guess I'm looking through it different when the gun's on the bench rest versus the bipod, and my eye's in a slightly different spot on the scope, and it's causing me to not be very consistent. It's still about the same accuracy, but my consistency isn't there when I switch up the bench rest shooting versus the bipod shooting. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And don't forget, I always ask you, I'm out here working hard, right? I'm out in the desert in the hot sun. Subscribe. Give me some love. I appreciate that. Like my videos, and keep watching. Take care, guys. So hey, I'm just on my way back from the range where I did that review on the Ruger. A couple other thoughts I had as I'm driving home. I did not turn up the power of my scope. I wanted to keep everything consistent to see what I could do at 12 power. Now that scope, it's a cheap scope, and but it goes up to 24 power. So I'm pretty sure I could have tightened up those groups a lot more if I would have turned up the power. That's at least what I believe. The CVLife scope seems to be holding a pretty decent 0. I just need to get more practice under the bipod and shooting in general.